Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all having a great day. And if you're new to the channel and want to hit that subscribe button, that would be awesome. Back again to finally, hopefully, finish up the angle kit today. Had the car off jack stands for like a good week. As I mentioned in the last video, in order for me to achieve full steering lock, I needed S14 banjo lines and also longer inner tie rods. So the other day I received my GK Tech extended inner tie rods. So that's going to help accommodate for the extra length of the 40mm LCA. And I also already did put in the front S14 banjo brake line. It is a little bit, I would say, longer, again, to accommodate the extra length of the LCA. Got the banjo line in right there, and now at full lock, it doesn't even hit the bottom of the J-arm here. I'm just waiting on Warren right now so we can bleed out all four corners. Also need to readjust my steering bump stop over to the right one notch and then readjust the outer misaligned tie rod. I gotta put one of the top spacers on the bottom here so that this hits the bump stop. And also Warren and I will be going up to Phoenix this afternoon to finally get tires mounted on the work VSKFs and hopefully go to his house later on this evening too and test fit them, and then plan in the future what alignment specs we want to run and future tires. But right now I'm just going to go ahead and knock out the inner tie rods. On a side note, my GK Tech front R32 lines and rear S14 lines are for sale. They are braided. They will fit any Nissan caliper that is M10 by 1, have less than 100 miles on them, ran .4 brake fluid in them. Let me know if you're interested. Also, my front upper control arms are for sale. Also, let me know. I will ship at the buyer's expense. Update. Warren is here, just got the inner tie rod out. Thank you again, brother. Yeah, dude. Little comparison of the GK Tech extended inner tie rods and the OEM. A significant difference. We're gonna have to adjust by cutting the thread after we measure it. Just won't measure thrice, cut hopefully once, so we'll just cut like an inch at a time. So just went ahead and wrapped around some Teflon. We'll cut right in the center. That'll still give us quite a bit of thread, and we'll adjust as we need. So Warren and I got the new extended inner tie rod in, all torqued down the spec. I recommend just using a little bit of blue Loctite when putting the tie rod back into the rack. Again, readjusted the steering lock here, readjusted it here as well. We're gonna knock out the other side and then commence bleeding the brakes. Just finished the Japanese passenger side, everything torqued down to spec. Again, recommend some blue Loctite on the inner tie rod. Not fully aligned yet, not on the ground, but at the moment, Warren and I are about to bleed the system again. Sweet, so Warren and I just got done bleeding the brake system, double checked all the lines and the steering stop lock. This is the new lock. Quite a bit. I got good clearance on my weather lining. Leading tire again. A lot more going on. Again, clearing all obstructions. Skyline back on the ground. This side's almost perfect, slightly towed in. Passenger side, very towed in. At this time, Warren and I are gonna head up to Phoenix right now. Stop for food on the way. Go to the tire shop, mount his stock tires on 2 of the wheels, front and rear. He's gonna line them up side by side to see which tire would be adequate for the fitment he's looking for. He's not trying to go super stance or stretch tires, but I believe they're 235s on 10 and an 11. So we'll see how that works, and then we'll come back here. I'll probably finalize the alignment on the Skyline, call the shop tomorrow for an alignment, and hopefully schedule something for this Saturday, and then hopefully after the alignment is over, install my front mount intercooler. We just made it into Phoenix. Actually just got down to the tire shop. I didn't want to just throw a camera in someone's face, but he said it was cool for me to record, but I was feeling kind of lazy to grab the camera. But here we are, mounted Warren's old tires on the VSKFs. I believe we have 245, 40 in the rear here on the 11, and then 225 or 35 on the 10.5. Honestly, a good stretch. Again, this is just temporary to see where the car will sit once lowered, and then from there we'll decide on a tire size that he will run on these wheels. We're honestly liking these specs. Might go with a smaller slide wall or just skip down to a 45 to a 35. But overall, good stretch. Gonna go over tomorrow and test fit them. On a side note though, Warren's AC gave out, so we're gonna recharge it. Hopefully it works. Better be. It is the next day. Just got off of work. I'm at Warren's house right now. We are going to now mount the VSKFs on the 350Z. Dude, I'm stoked.
Yeah, me too.
It's been a good couple of years since we've been wanting to do this.
Couple of years.
So the rear is super meaty. We may run into some clearance, but we can just add additional negative camber, and if I need to, shave a little bit more here of the rear quarter panel. In terms of the front though, they look, actually they look pretty perfect. We won't know for sure until the car is on the ground, but from what we're seeing now, money. Front came out perfect with the ride height. Rear is pretty beefy. After we installed the camber arm, it towed in a little bit. We haven't gotten it aligned yet, but at this ride height, it is perfect. Can't go really any lower because of the Tomy resonator. It's already almost hitting the ground. Dude, not bad. 245, 45 on these 11s. Dude, I'm with it, Warren. I like it a lot. We are finally back home, everybody. VSKFs look amazing on Warren's Z. Honestly, the Z chassis pull off the VSKFs quite well, and I'm super stoked for him. I think he's gonna order tires tonight. Those should be here sometime next week. We're gonna go back up to Phoenix to the boy, get them mounted, and then put them on the Z, get the car aligned, and maybe he'll start driving it more consistently. Speaking of alignments, I have scheduled my alignment on the Skyline for this Saturday, so this video will drop tomorrow, Friday. Again, I'm just gonna almost zero out the rear and camber, and then just fix the caster and toe up front. I did also readjust the toe. I think it's still a little bit inward, but before I leave Saturday, I'm going to probably just bring it out enough where it's towed out, because towed out is much better than towed in. And again, this side, it's probably a little bit towed in, but it's better than nothing. But again, thank you everybody so much for your continuous love and support. Next video will be the front mount intercooler install, and then after that, we'll install the Koyo Rad radiator. And honestly, the car will probably just sit until it gets cooler outside. But thank you everybody so much for your continuous love and support. And if you're new to the channel and you want to subscribe button, that would be awesome. And remember, aim high, drive low. We'll see you next video. Take care.